Football lovers, good evening. Sanibonani Mfethu and welcome back to Football Trends with me. Where you been now? Obviously, we're going to talk. There are interesting things that I need us to look at, and obviously, we are going to talk about everything. But before we talk about the announcement that was made by Kaizer and also a player that has been on Nabi's wish list for the longest time, even before he came to Nasreddine. Now, obviously, before we get there, and some of the players who have been called to the national team, and also we are going to look at the players, how they performed on today's game where we lost 1-0 against Mozambique. But anyways, before we dive into all of those details, please do make sure that you like the video and you subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video you will get notified and be able to watch that video. Now guys, I remember very well when we first signed Nasreddine Nabi, and I remember I was a small channel still trying to grow. I had about 15,000 subscribers. Around that time when I told people, we would know, guys, we have signed Nabi is coming, everything looks set, he's going to get there and he's going to be the coach. But we started to see Fernando de Cruz and people were like, no ways, Nabi is not coming. V2, when you are lying to us, but at the end of the day, Nabi did come. And before Nabi came to the squad, and people started to understand and started to believe that, okay, it is true what we were saying and what I was reporting on. Nabi had a wish list. He had players that he wished to, whenever he get to a PSL, he would sign those players and have them on his team. So number one, we had a player like Nasreddine. He wanted Nasreddine even before he joined us. Now, those are some of the players he wanted to have at the start of the season. Before Talugdala, he wanted to have those players. So he had a player like Nasreddine, wanted from Polokwane City, he wanted that guy. He also wanted ELIAS MOKWANA, and he wanted Utabang Matulidi, he wanted Lungelo Nguse, and last but not least, he wanted a player like Usanele Barnes, which, what happened before Azo joined Stellenbosch, I believe, and then he ended up signing with the Stellenbosch FC Usanele Barnes. So even today, in Bonile, he was there on the game, he was playing, if I'm not mistaken, and it was looking good. But unfortunately, on today's game, we were lacking, especially the first half. We started to see the change in game. We started to control. We started to show up after the substitute. When we put in our radio pane, we had Umdudu Shabalala and also Wandile Duba. Now, for me, I don't want to talk much about the game because I feel like the players that we currently have Bafetu, we have to be honest, Mdudu Shabalala and Wadile Duba, those players are quality players and they are proving it time and time again. They are quality. The only thing that we need to fix is the problems that we are currently having or facing at Nasreddine, and then after fixing those problems, everything will go well. So why did I mention the players that I've just mentioned in terms of Abo ELIAS MOKWANA, Nasreddine? Well, we will get there. We'll get there, because one of those players, Nabi, is currently trying to revisit his signature, and they're trying to bring him at Nasreddine. But so far, Kaizer Chiefs have made an announcement about Ranga Chivaviro, what he is leaving, and we've spoken about him. I don't know whether it was last week or last week. You guys will remind me, but finally they did. And there were response from people. There were response from people I know this is funny, guys. This is funny, but some of them are positive, some of them are not positive. So Kenneth said, if office administrators were given jersey numbers, I would give admin number 10. Very funny, hilarious, somebody well suited for this position. And then someone said, with the players that have been released, this simply means Nabi has incoming replacements in key positions. I foresee a number of departures in the coming days, which yeah, we might get to see that. And then Kaizer just replied, Bazivulela Mehlo, the admin replied and opened his eyes and was like, so that is something. And then also someone said, please release the person who buys players as well. And then Kaizer just now, but they responded themselves. Azazel, they said, how Batong Marake, what is going on? So yeah, Fetu, that is all I had in terms of Ranga Chivaviro and being released. And then also moving on, Fetu, we did get to see Mchita number Edson Castillo, number 10. I almost made a mistake. Edson Castillo, he's been getting a national call-up, and even now he has gotten a national call-up. He's going to represent his home team, but it's a bit different this time around because there was a player who got injured. Space and Sakeri decided, no, we can bring in Edson Castillo, the Venezuelan, so that he can come and represent us, going into those games that they're going to play, which is the World Cup qualifiers. And to be honest with you guys, I feel like he is the only player currently, Esazu, to whenever he gets a call-up, or he does get a call-up. With us, we have Abu Hugo Bruce, who I think he's going to retire without calling one Kaizer's player. I'm not talking about Rashun Dotli, because we know Rashun Dotli was still in favor and Nani, but after the injury, of course, we had to try to monitor his situation. But other than that, what is going on with our Tabakele? Why did he call them to do the Shabalala and then just to bring them back? If you look at the game that they played today, you would definitely see the introduction of Uwandile Tuba and also to do the Shabalala had a huge impact. I feel like Uvela Komalo made a mistake. He should have started with them. Maybe we could have won that game. But Kona, I have to say, the team that was attacking us, which is Mozambique, they looked good. They looked better than us. Tina, we were struggling to understand each other, to find each other until the second half of the game. But other than that, Bafetu, I do believe the next coming games we are going to perform better, and I hope now coach has learned in those mistakes, introducing the players that are needed for a win later. So maybe things are going to change. I do not know. But also, I have to give credit to Aiden McCarthy. I feel like Aiden McCarthy, as he was the captain, on this team, the national team, Bafana, he did wonders. I feel like he had a good game. The only thing I saw was his speed. He is someone who lacks in terms of his speed. So that might be a problem, but other than that, Bafetu was exceptional. I would have given him a man of the match on today's game, because I feel like he did everything that he could in order to protect Lepimova. So yeah, maybe now he's not someone who's very vocal or abamuzwa on the field of play, but other than that, I'm very happy with that. So now, getting to the last but not least, Bafetu, something is or had happened. Kaizer Chiefs are now back, looking to sign ELIAS MOKWANA. So yeah, to latest report, to Kaizer Chiefs or Nasreddine Nabi is currently looking to bring ELIAS MOKWANA into the team. So that would be good if we were going to be able to get him, but I don't think it's a possibility for us to get ELIAS MOKWANA to. The reason why, it's very simple, very straight to the point. We do know what happened. We do know why we can't get ELIAS MOKWANA, but he would be a great addition to the squad. He's a quality player. He's someone wanted. And I remember he's one of the players who said, yeah, in the future, I will want to go and I would want to join Kaizer Chiefs. I love the club. All of those players who, like Abukanye Samayo, rejected the offers of Kaizer Chiefs trying to sign them. At the later stage, they come back and say, nah, we do want to come and play for that team. But I don't know what is going to happen with A2 now. This, I can't see as something that is going to happen, but if it does happen, then it will be of great value for us, because yeah, so far we did need ELIAS MOKWANA, and even now I feel like we still do need him. So if we can get him, then inkinga eziningi nazo zingasolveka. If we are releasing players, I feel like in the coming days we are still going to release more players, and we are still going to say no, goodbye, we are not going to renew your contract, and we need to make sure that we replace some of those players. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below, Bafetu, in terms of ELIAS MOKWANA. Do you feel like we need to bring him, or do you feel like no, we can find someone who is much better than him?